What's up guys, Adam with you here as always, back in our Let's Play world, vanilla, once again, no feed the beast today. Nope, it is all about the vanilla today. And is there slime alive in there? There sure is. How in the world did you live and where'd my block go? I don't know how he lived. So you can see we're on our second double chest of slimes there, and it's approaching half full. Not really sure how that slime managed to live. I've never had that happen before that I've noticed. But that's okay, not a huge deal. So as you can see, off camera, I worked out the walls for this slime farm. The rest of this we did on camera with the floor and ceiling and whatnot. But I hadn't done the walls. And for the most part, I like this design. The stone brick pattern with the red stained clay and the lava. I like this pattern. However, there is one issue that really bothers me, and it is in this back corner here. And as you can see, I have a torch here. So, this lava will light up the area enough for things to not spawn everywhere except right here. If I break this torch, as you can see, that is now spawnable space. So that's not good. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of solution for that. Not quite sure what I'm going to do about that just yet. And then, of course, we've got this stone brick and nether brick staircase here. I think that looks pretty nice. I like it. But anyway, as you saw from the beginning clip, I'm sure, I defeated the Ender Dragon. And, yeah, so the Ender Dragon's defeated. And today we are going to start a rather large project. And you can probably guess what the project is, given that we just beat the dragon. But I'll just give you a quick little hint here of what materials I gathered a big bulk of off camera. As you can see, I grabbed a ton of red stained clay, which is why my beacon's missing, by the way. It's at the mesa biome with haste on it. And I've gathered up a ton of quartz. And just to mention, by the way, I saved the egg and the sword that killed the dragon. I'm going to make a shrine out of those. But anyway, let me gather some stuff together here, and we will start on today's project. Alright, so let's jump into today's project. And in case you haven't guessed what it is, I'm sure you probably have, we are going to start building our Enderman farm. So off camera, I went ahead and built us out our walkway to the end, to the location in the end, for our farm. I built it out of glass so nothing can spawn on here, and it looks kind of cool and ominous being able to look down and see the void below you. And we are at Y level 1, so we can't get any lower than this. So, it is a bit of a long walk here, as you can see. We did go out nice and far to make sure that the end island will be unloaded and we won't have any problems getting really good efficiency out here. So yeah, and if we look at our free screen, as you can see, entity count 0 out of 1. The 1 is of course us. So what we're going to do here is I have built this out in creative, or at least the shell of it. So what we're going to do is put some quartz here because you'll be able to see that edge through the glass, and we need some quartz stairs. So the way I'm going to do this build is I'm going to do kind of the bottom part where we'll actually farm stuff and hang out and whatnot on camera with you guys. And then I will do the actual farm itself off camera because, oops, I think by now most of you are probably fairly familiar with what an Enderman grinder is and how it works and whatnot. So I don't feel like I really need to spend too much time on that on camera. Not to mention it would be really boring to sit and watch me place all those blocks because it gets really repetitive. So the farm platform itself will actually be up 2 blocks from the walkway here. And that's going to give us room to work underneath here. So let's just do a little bit of counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our actual farm will start right here. So we'll just use some wood here for now. Oops. So our actual Enderman farm will be up along this strip here. So we'll put down some hoppers, like so. And I didn't bring any good blocks to really pillar out on, did I? So let's just do this, and hopefully I won't die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do that. And these will collect ender pearls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the hoppers along the length of the collection point for the endermen. And as we kill the endermen by punching them, most of the ender pearls will be collected by this, put into a dropper, and shot out into the void. I'm pretty sure that we should get enough ender pearls in our inventory that we'll be able to build up plenty of stock of ender pearls that way. So I'm just going to kind of shoot these out into the void instead of collecting them. And if it turns out that we're not getting enough in our inventory for that method, I can, of course, always modify this to store them. So I'm going to do that part off camera, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I got that part done, and I had actually messed up just a little bit on the part I did on camera. These hoppers were supposed to be up one higher than what they were, so I went ahead and rectified that. Made a real quick little dropper with a simple clock on it. So now we can get to actually building here. And I'm not the best builder in the world, as you guys probably know by now, but I think this turned out pretty decent. So let's go ahead and make some of these blocks we're going to need. So, and let's just get started. And as I mentioned, I have kind of built this in creative just a little bit. Well, not just a little bit, I built this whole bottom part out in creative. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So let's go ahead and lay out our floor pattern here. Like so. And now I am trapped down here. That was brilliant. Just brilliant. There's some kind of weird sound issue I'm getting. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. So it goes out one more. Like so. And something's wrong here. Other than I just placed a block wrong. I've put something in the wrong place here. Yeah, this whole thing should be shifted over one block. That way. So I'm going to finish this floor out completely around here using this pattern of this quartz slab and the chiseled quartz blocks, and I'm going to move this over, and then we will continue. Dang it. Alright, so I got that all laid out. The floors are laid down, and I got the stairs that are going to go in around the hoppers in. And we've already got endermen spawning, so that's good. And this is cobble because as I was building this, I realized I probably don't want to have this hopper timer hooked, or the timer for the dropper hooked up, because if I happen to fall while building the trap itself and these hoppers collect any of my stuff, it would be shot out into the void and I would have to rage quit. So, anyway, that's all laid out. The floor, the platform, the area, the thing. You know what I'm saying. And I don't think I have enough of the... Oh, wait, that's right. It's actually like this, isn't it? I don't think I have enough of this wool to cover this, but we can at least get an idea of what we're going to do with it. So we're going to make a bit of a checkerboard pattern. And since endermen have black and purple in their texture, and yeah, I definitely won't have enough, we are going to use black and purple wool over these. But that's okay, I got a farm with like 2 of each colored sheep back at my base that I can shear, and we can get those pretty easily. So let me just look at my screenshots here of what I built just to make sure. Yep, we're all on track. We'll have to bring more quartz down here. This is ending up taking more quartz than what I really anticipated. But let's just make some of these pillars here. And let's start laying this out a little bit better. So, I want to do this without falling into the void. Let's just do that. Okay, that one's wasted, but that's okay. We'll just keep it like that. So we'll go up 3 blocks like so. Just try not to waste one here. There we go. Yeah, one more. Alright, so we'll do a pillar like that. And then we've got to get the wall in place behind it, which is where the stained clay will come in. So let's just grab some of that action there, and we will go for like so. I forgot to bring glowstone over because we're actually going to need glowstone. Oops. For now I have to be careful that I don't walk off there into the void. But there will be glowstone right there. And then we of course have another pillar here. And then we're going to repeat that pattern around here for the walls. There'll be glowstone here, and there'll be chests in these holes. And then we're going to do something else off in that direction. So I've got to, first of all, get some glowstone, and then I'm going to do this pattern all the way around here, and I will be back with you guys so we can continue. Alright, so that's all laid out. I do need to get 2 more double trap chests in there. I ran out of chests, but that's okay. That's easy enough to do. But yeah, this is what the main area is looking like. Lots of storage, so I think that's going to work out great. And as you can see, I started putting out an extension out here, and I will show you what that's going to be for in a moment. Man, that hurt. Alright, so let's see here. We are going to need stained clay. Oh, this is taking so much more quartz than I thought. The ceiling on this is going to be all quartz as well. I was not expecting it to take this much quartz, to be honest, but that's okay. I got more back at our base, so I'm not too concerned. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, there is going to, not that, that is wrong, that is completely wrong. We are going to do that, like so. Do I have glowstone on me? I do. And there will be, actually, no there won't. We don't put glowstone there. I'm trying to do this off of memory of how I did it. So then there is a pillar here, like so, and we just continue the floor right here using the pattern we've been using. And the glowstone will actually go there. It looks weird at the moment, but there'll be a ceiling here, remember, because we're not, it's going to be 2.5 gap between the floor and the ceiling. We can't have a free wide gap because, of course, Endermen would spawn into there, and we don't want that because that would mess things up for us. And then we're just going to mirror that right here. So let's do that. Like, no, don't, okay. I've lost a little bit of this quartz from misplacing it and then breaking it and going into the void, but not too much. Alright, so then what we've got is off to this side will be the enchanting room. So we've got a setup something like this, and we're actually going to need more of those pillars. Let's just make a bunch. And then at the end here, we will, right here in the corner, have another pillar. Pillow? No, not a pillow. A pillar. And doot, doot. And then right here, another pillar. Alrighty. So I'm just trying to do some of this building on camera because I've never really built on camera. Mostly because I suck at building. But I'm actually fairly happy with how this place looks when it's done. And then this side is going to open up into another room here. And this room is actually going to be a shrine to the dragon egg. So that's pretty cool. I think it will be kind of cool having a little shrine to it right out here. So off to this side will be the enchanting room. Off to this side will be the shrine. So that's cool. And then we will have, up here we will have our ceiling like so. Yes, and then we gotta wrap around this whole thing like that. Yep. And then like this. So yeah, you can see how much quartz this is using. This is actually a pretty expensive design. The design I'm going to use for the farm itself is actually the standard design that I think Panda came up with a long time ago. I think it was Panda. So it's going to be based off that. Pretty standard. I just trapped myself in there. There we go. So then the ceiling will go all the way through here. And the way this is set up, we cannot accidentally walk up into here. And then off the ceiling, this whole thing will be flooded with water and draping down. So, and then this tunnel will have a roof down it with water draping down it. Now I know I only have to do the water down the tunnel 32 blocks or so away from this trap, but I think I'm going to do it pretty much the whole thing simply because I think it will look cool. And also, through looking through the 2 sheets of water, the sheet of water that will be for the tunnel itself and then the sheet of water that will surround the farm, I don't think you'll actually really be able to see all this. So I'm not too concerned with what the outside looks like for that reason. So yeah. Pretty good setup there. So what do you say I go ahead and build these 2 rooms off camera, because they're not going to be very exciting to watch, to be honest. They're just square rooms, and then I will show you what we are looking like. Alright, so I got a lot of that done. So these rooms out here are finished. I got the little enchanting set up here. We can get level 30 on it. And then this is where the shrine will go. The dragon egg will go here. And somewhere in here we'll put the sword. I haven't decided where yet. Maybe on that pillar. And then I started putting in the ceiling. I ran out of quartz. I've got more at the base. I can fortune, but we almost made it. And you may be thinking to yourself right now, why did you have so much stained clay laid out if this is all you were going to use for this? And the answer is not that I don't know how to count. The answer is actually that I'm going to build the actual trap itself out of red stained clay. So I'm going to need a ton of it for that. And don't worry about Endermen spawning up there. Like I said, this will all eventually be covered in water. And yeah, so that's all I'm going to do on this episode. I know it's probably a little bit short. I'm not entirely sure just how long we are at. But that's all I really had for this episode, and it doesn't make sense to jump into something else. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm first of all going to finish up the ceiling, and I'm going to get as much of this trap done as I can. I'm not sure how much I'll get done. It just depends on how much time I have. I will say that tomorrow is my last final for college, and then I am on holiday break for quite a while, until January 13th, I think. So I should have a lot more time to do some recording is the hope. Although I will go ahead and say now, before I forget, I think it's the week of New Year's. Don't expect any videos from me unless maybe I get some pre-recorded, because I'm going to have some family staying in town, or staying with me rather, and my house isn't that big, so the environment's not going to be very conducive to recording, is basically what I'm saying. So I'm not going to do any recording that week, but I might get some pre-recording done, and I'll definitely get some work done in the world while they're here. I just won't necessarily record. So anyway, I'm rambling now. That is the end of the episode. That's all we're going to complete. Hopefully you like the way this is turning out. I think it looks really pretty nice, especially given my design skills. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, maybe leave a little like, maybe even subscribe. Who knows? I'll love you anyway. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.